Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Well, it is the third day of the new year, and I wanted to get on here just to reflect a little bit on something that really struck me as I was meditating on the previous year. A tradition that I started a few years back is that as I live through my life, I try to take little notes in my daily planner on the special things that have happened to me. So maybe somebody said a special word or was kind in a special way. Maybe I met a person that I was able to share with, or ran into a friend unexpectedly, or just different blessings, even just a beautiful sunrise that Tyson and I watched from the hills next to our house, whatever it may be. Just trying to remember the little moments through which I saw a reflection of God. And something that I did this year that I'd like to do every year is around New Year's to actually reflect on some of these things that I've written down throughout the year because of course you forget. And so something that really struck me as I was reflecting on some of these notes this year from 2024 is that the greatest blessings in my life that I am so grateful for occurred when I said yes to something that God was showing me. And this just got me to thinking about the concept of blessing and how blessing comes into our life. Oftentimes we think of blessing as something that God sort of drops into our lap, like maybe we receive an unexpected gift or something like that. But actually, I am seeing in my life as I progress through life and in the Lord that the ways that He blesses me more and more are consequences of me saying yes to Him. From this year, some of the most special moments were like that time when a special lady became special to us, bumped us in her car. Some of you may remember. And as I was praying for her, God showed me that we are to cover the expense of her traffic violation ticket. And that started a journey of sharing the gospel with her, or coming alongside a friend who is struggling with a health issue and helping them in a way that they desperately needed. Or probably definitely the highlight of my year, and really one of the highlights of my life, was responding to God's call to go to Ukraine, to go into a nation at war and come alongside those who are there and going through this difficult time and being with them and bringing hope and joy and also weeping alongside them. And it's one of the worthiest things I have done. And I have realized that I would not have these blessings in my life if I didn't say yes to these particular calls. And I could have not said yes. And yet, as God gave grace to say yes, I was blessed. And this reminds me of something I was just reading in Exodus, actually, Exodus 3. And God says to Moses, He says, "And this shall be the sign for you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain." So it's interesting. He's saying you will receive this sign after you've obeyed me, and then you will see I have been with you all along. And so sometimes we think that we wait for God to bless us in a certain way or show us a certain thing, and then we will be ready to obey. Or we will acknowledge that the blessing was from Him. But God is saying, I'm calling you. And when you say yes, you will see that it has been me all along. When you obey, when you say yes, even to radical and wild ways in which He wants to show people His love, He's saying, you will know me and you will know my blessing, and you will see that I've been in your midst after you have allowed me to work. So that's an encouragement for all of you. As He calls you, first of all, be open to His call this year in 2025. And as He calls you, obey Him in ways that may seem crazy to the world, but say yes to those things, and you will see God work in your midst. And you will be very blessed.